Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Signals from Mars. We are joined today by two members of the Spanish band. In English, it would be Bifrost. In Spanish, it is Bifrost. So
Yeah, yeah.
it all depends. We have Fonso, the guitarist. Actually, I'm pointing the wrong direction. And we have Obi, who was on the show previously, talking about his previous or another one of his bands called Reality Check. So we welcome you guys to the show. How are you guys tonight?
Thank you, Victor. Fine, fine. Very
I'm
thankful.
fine, thank you.
Excellent. So in 2023, how difficult is it for a band from Spain to be heard in the rest of the world? We all know that everyone has the internet, everyone has access, but for people to know who you are and hear your music, how difficult is it?
Yeah, the access now is easier than ever, but apparently it's not that difficult. But to be honest, access to the work of any band is quite easy. That what is really difficult is to capture the attention,
Right.
of both the media and the general public. In our case, we consider ourselves very lucky because we have received very positive reviews from foreign media and listeners,
Hmm.
which is, I think, is not so usual for Spanish bands, and especially when they come from the Anglo-Saxon world or Asia, for example. They don't used to pay attention to Spanish bands like us.
Hmm.
Yes, is social media nowadays is a worldwide showcase. And the possibility to be heard or unseen is always there. But
Hmm.
this applies to every event in the world. So, but we all are in there.
Hmm.
We are in the show. We all are in the showcase. There's so much bands, maybe too much bands. So this is like a mixture of marketing, quality, and some lack of course. And
Hmm.
the casualty is there. They are players on this game. There are lots of internet metal related news pages and internet broadcasting radio stations, podcasts like yours.
Hmm.
So there is like a huge underground network for metal. but but you never know how your music will be received,
Hmm.
uh, and maybe thankfully for the guys like you with this broadcast and all these internet stations, hundreds of people, maybe thousands, have heard about us, and
Hmm.
our YouTube clip, when it rains, is near 5,000 visits.
Wow.
So, that was quite a surprise for us.
Sure.
But the impact is something I know always. You can have 5,000 views, 10,000 views, or whatever, but nobody sells records at the end of the day.
Right.
Is the age that we are living.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a huge ocean. Plenty of bands, and the percentage of good bands are the same that always.
Hmm.
But now the offer is so massive that sometimes it's really difficult to choose the good bands, or to just to find them. uh, Always talking about non-professional or bands without promotion and agency or a company that put it in the front of your screen.
Hmm.
And but for bands like us, seems like a big opportunity, because you can get to anybody in the world, but it's not so easy.
Hmm.
You are lost, really.
Right.
Yeah, with little fish in the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the truth. There are millions of bands, and millions of very good bands.
Hmm.
There are lots of crap, but there are lots of very good bands. So sometimes it's, as I said before, a matter of a casualty, being lucky, someone heard you and they say, "Oh, this is cool." So they tell to another colleague and share something about you, and suddenly you are there. But
Right.
this is like one in a million. We will see.
Right. Yeah, there's so much music out there. I receive promos from 30 bands a day. So
Yeah,
and I'm a small fish in the ocean. Bigger shows and everything probably receive hundreds a day.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
you guys just touched upon the fact that you guys are getting reviews and coverage in from the UK, for example. Um, I mean that has to be a big deal because obviously, um, here in Spain, especially here in the north, a lot of people who are part of the scene have heard of you guys or acquaintances, but to get to the point where a magazine or a website in the UK writes a review and writes a positive review,
yeah,
has to be a big deal.
Yes, yes. And the first one was Obi sure remembers it. A guy from Canada, I think.
yeah. It's the YouTuber guy.
Yeah, one guy on YouTube suddenly included us in his five favorite albums from December or something like
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
the
The
guy
album.
who,
Yeah,
yeah, sorry, guy, go ahead.
yeah. The album comes out. Was released 7th of December, December
Okay.
7th.
Yeah, I think so.
And this guy put the album in the best for album. I think in the first week of December,
Okay.
and it was like how this guy know about us in, like in 2 days is like crazy. This is related with the last question about the internet,
Yeah.
and this, but it was quite a big surprise for us because we didn't we didn't expect that from a guy from
Yes,
Canada.
yes. Yeah, yeah. The casualty we talked it before. You never know. You never know. That suddenly, this guy has this video, and you are like, how? And funny thing, the guy who told me about this was the guy who did the cover for us.
Okay.
The cover for us, Samaraya from Paraguay, a great artist, big artist.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was the one who told me about. Yeah, look at this. We was like we were sorry like how this is possible, but we were very glad about that, of course.
This guy made the covers for Cradle of Filth and
Mhm.
many other professional or top level bands. And yeah, yeah, yeah. It was when you when you work with professionals, something
Yeah,
happens. It's just like wow.
yeah, yeah. The things works. Yes.
Yeah. That's interesting. I was reading something today about offering work or offering like freelance stuff, and the cheaper you offer things, it gives off an impression that it isn't as good. Whereas if you work with professional people, it gives off the impression that something. Oh wow, I need to pay attention because they're working with
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
professional.
yeah, yeah. I think that happens, frequently. But for us, get this kind of reviews from abroad is like very important because I think that we are the the target of the band is not Spain. It's Spain too, but it's not only Spain.
Right.
We are singing in English, and we already know that when you sing in Spanish, you have like more opportunities to play here and to get followers in Spain and even in South America. But when you are Spanish or you're singing in English, it's like it's quite different because Spanish people, look at you like, what are you trying? You can look quite pretentious
Mhm.
sometimes, and when the people from people abroad listen your music, you have the risk not to get enough for them, or you know and then it's very good get these nice reviews from Anglo-Saxon countries, because they
Yeah.
are giving you like, you know pass. This is good. They don't care about your, sometimes the guy, the YouTuber we were talking about before. um she said, like, she was like quite surprised about because she said Spain, for him was like quite weird, find a band like us in Spain. And there are many, and there are
Mhm.
more, of course, but for him was like, wow, this is something weird. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. A lot has happened since the band formed in the year 2000. Looking back, is there anything that you guys would have done differently?
Mm, yeah. You know this is just my opinion, because we can have a different point of
Yeah.
views in the band. But I think that we could have taken some advantage of the first decade of the 2000s to play, more live concerts outside of Cantabria and Spain,
Mhm.
and have taken more risks at that time, that we could afford it, because given that we did not have dependent families, and an age more appropriate for touring in a van or whatever, and adapt to any situation.
Mhm.
And also we could have a higher production as far as professional recordings are concerned. We used to make the recording process like between friends,
Mhm.
and we should maybe because everything is perfect now, and it's like, you know but maybe we should start to work with professional producers, like, long time ago. N- this is the We could say that this is our first time working with professional producers.
Mhm.
So I think I think that it could be, but the band is perfect because we're friends, and we are friends for a long time, and we are still together, and
Yeah.
and having fun. So this is
Yes,
very important.
that that's so important for us because we are li- we all are living in the reality where you won't be a rock star.
Mhm.
You won't make a living with this. This is the truth. This is the truth about the modern music. Most of the bands won't make a living from this. So having fun and being together is like a very important thing to us. We always have been a bit lazy about band about regarding touring, but as we said, we build Bifrost making good music and enjoying our time together. We're in the first place friends making music,
Mhm.
so the rehearsals are fun. Always like one of these special moments of the week. We gather in the rehearsal room and talk about anything and go and have a cigarette and take a beer and then we play some music and it is a good day in the week.
Mhm.
So things different. Yes, looking back, I mean, it's clear, but putting some more work on this maybe will would guide us to something bigger, something better as a band. But being positive as the reality is what it is, you never know. You never know. So maybe
Right.
we could have been in the road, uh, finish hating each other or whatever,
Yeah,
disbanded or whatever.
I
So
I, I say that because I think I'm pretty sure that we have the same like musical capacities or skills like 15 years ago,
Mhm.
and we had the ideas at that time, but we were like just having fun and quite lazy to you know uh, because we all of us known bands that at that time they maybe have had less resources that we had at the time,
Mhm.
but they took it seriously and push it more hard than us, and we were just having fun.
Mhm.
But at the end, well, we were happy with that. But if you look to the past, you say, wow, I can we could maybe make an album like her then, like 15 years ago,
Mhm.
probably. But the focus was different. We're
Yeah.
focused in.
yeah, and you keep learning during the travel to this moment. You keep learning. So we made some mistakes during the recording of the other albums, and we learned some things in the first place. We learned again. So this time it was like, no, 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 we have to do this properly. We want to have something forever that is at the level of any of the music we have at home. You can play this to anyone. Nobody, if you don't tell uh, someone this is my band, this is from Santander, Cantabria, Spain, they can think we are a Swedish band or or an American band or whatever.
Right.
That was the point. We want to record our music. We think this is good music, so let's have at least this little legacy
Mhm.
for all these years. Uh, at the border of the 50, in my case, and and we are still rocking, so we're
Yeah.
happy about that. Yes,
Yeah. Do you guys know Goyo from the band Wayne?
Yeah,
yes, yes.
Okay. So years ago, when I interviewed them, I remember he said this to me, and I've repeated this to a lot of big name musicians. Um, each album is a lot like a photo album. So the person that you were when you recorded Freedom isn't necessarily the person that you are now with Herden.
of
So
course.
Yeah.
also at the same time to let yourself go and let a producer be the
Yeah,
one that takes charge of things. Back then, you guys probably weren't ready for that. It may have not come out the same.
But when we're talking about the producer,
Mhm.
we're talking about more. It's like a more a Spanish thing. When we talk about producer, it's like the engineer of the process,
Right,
not
right, right,
not not the producer as the big commercial bands.
right.
When the producer is composing things and arranging things and things like that, it's not the case. Of course, Pedro and Javi, who makes the pre-production with us,
Mhm.
and then Pedro mixed it and mastered it in Bilbao, so in his studio. Sorry, I'm starting to mix Spanish and
No, no problem.
Spanish and English. Um, this process was like I suddenly forgot what I was about to
No,
speak.
I understand what you're saying because historically, the
Ah, yeah,
producer
yeah, yeah,
was an engineer. The
yeah,
the producer didn't become what you're talking about until the 80s. So before that, and even if you look at certain bands, even like Metallica now, yes, they have, I forget his first
Bob
name.
Rock.
No, not Bob Rock. The guy they work with now, Fiedelman. Fiedelman
Ah,
was Rick Rubin's engineer. So
Yeah,
now he just engineers Metallica's albums more than anything. I mean, he works on the sound more than actually directs them like Bob Rock did to do certain things. So I understand what you're saying. You guys are still in charge of the music, but you work with people to get a more professional sound out of what you
yeah,
guys
yes,
are doing.
and now suddenly, sorry, I just remembered what was I about to say is that both Javier and Pedro brought some things,
Hmm.
ideas for the vocal melodies, or
Right.
an idea for a backing vocal,
Hmm.
or maybe we can hear, put a little guitar harmonizing that one, little things,
yeah.
but still, yeah,
Arrangements and different
Yeah.
point of views that make richer
Yeah.
your creation.
because of course there are trust in them.
Hmm.
This is a relationship of trust, so we won't work with anyone who is not untrustable for us. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Um, why was there such a long break between Hurden and Freedom?
Lots of things. Eh,
Yeah, many things. Yeah, personal circumstances. Many have occurred that haven't allowed us, to maintain a reasonable continuity as a band.
Hmm.
Our previous drummer, Pablo, began to have problems in with his shoulder,
Okay.
and we spent a long period of waiting for recovery and relapses. It was like it's stopping like 3-4 times every year.
Hmm.
Finally, Pablo had to have to undergo surgery and abandon his musical activity.
Wow.
And uh, as you already know, in a region like Cantabria, there is a shortage of musicians available
Mhm.
for a band like us, like Bifrost. And all this led us to paralyze our activity as a band with some heard songs already composed,
Mhm.
but we had to stop, and because we had no drummer at the time, and this led us to focus our energy and on other projects, other bands, because Fonso is playing in Mordor, and I'm singing in Reality Check, and you know and we left Bifrost apart for some time, and waiting to find the right person to be our drummer.
Mhm.
And finally David joined the band in, I think, 2016, and we were able to resume activity, and then the pandemic came, which is also caused delays in the recording process, and that we had already started, because we have some records, some pre-production just before pandemic, and we had to stop again, and blah blah blah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was 2 years. The pandemic. It looks like now. It looks like it was 2 months, but no, it was 2 years. So taking into consideration all these injury things, the time to recover for Pablo injuries again, then they they was honest with us and told us, guys, I can't say when can be okay again, if I will be able to maintain this, so find another drummer because I can't go on. So we changed the drummer, obviously. this process takes some time for him to adapt, learn the songs, starting rehearsals and so on. Then the pandemic came, the family is grown.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's a major question. And so, and of course, we have no hurry to make a new record. We've
Mhm.
never felt like in a hurry make a new record. We only realized how much time have been passed when we started to talk seriously about making a new record. That's
Mhm.
when you look behind and say, "Oh my God, what back in that time it was like 8 years, not 11, but now
Mhm.
with all that kind of things."
Right.
But we looked behind, and it was like 8 years, 9 years, and but
Maybe so
we
much.
always do the things when we feel is the right time to do it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and that was my next question. Your approach to writing Herden. Did you approach that differently? Obviously, you're saying you didn't feel any pressure and you started to write and record when you guys felt it was the right thing to do. So, was there any different approach?
Yeah, you know, uh, I could say yes. Well, without losing our essence. In my case, because it could be uh, different points of view about this question, but I can say that I approached the composition of the songs with the intention of being more specific because in the first album, for example, when you listen to, after all these years, you can feel that we were like exploring all the time and opening new different paths, in the song, and we never close any of them. And now, I have I have tried to be more specific in the musical message, more getting the point more with more melodic precision.
Okay.
uh, this is not to say that we have lost our tendency to let ourselves be carried away by inspiration without too many rules, because
Mhm.
this is in our DNA. But I could say that we have tried, to make it easier. Maybe me, for the listener to have an emotional continuity, throughout the songs, and not to change the landscape continuously.
Mhm.
At Herden, we have gained, I think, in my opinion, a lot of balance between experimental, you know, riffs and everything, and
And we were stoned at that time all the day, so so it was like Pink Floyd meets Megadeth.
yeah, maybe.
Truth to be told.
But I think that we have many faces, but we have two faces that are very clear for everybody. It's like our thrash metal phase,
Mhm.
that really concrete. You can hear a lot of this in Freedom, riffs and very concrete. And we have another phase like is like more progressive, but I don't like this, name the band like progressive, because everybody name a band, called progressive when you do whatever you want. So it's not
Right.
progressive. It's just okay. No, no boundaries. No,
Yes.
and this inherent. I think that we get the best balance between these two phases. Yeah.
This is one of our, I think, for me, main points. So we have no boundaries writing music or making the lyrics or whatever. It's always what we feel at that time. Yeah, and that's all. That's all. We never write music thinking on the style or no. It is something thrashy, so is it. Is it something? It is something prog, but it's as we said. We are not a prog band, but sometimes when you are uh, kind of outside the rules,
Mhm,
think people is like this is proggy. Okay, there can be some elements of bands like maybe some dream theater can be, but for us it's more like old school prog like Queen's Rights, Fate's Warning.
Yeah,
These are part of our
like
vocabulary.
proto pro. Or,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but broke without keyboardist most
yeah,
of the time. Okay, when I write music, I only cares about who we are and what are we good
mhm,
at. So I won't think on blast beats, drum parts if our drummer is not comfortable with that, or I won't write a crazy arpeggios guitar parts because it's not our thing.
mhm,
So this kind of things I have it in mind, but no, in my case, I didn't think something more than that. Uh, in this record, in terms of quality, it has been great because we found our balance, as we
mhm,
said, between our faces, our records, our music. It's like one balance centered in metal, but you can see any of these details here and that about
yeah,
some different genres because we don't care. We don't care if we are thrash or prog or metal or USA power metal from the 90s, like Vicious Rumors and bands like
right,
that is more our thing. But and the one thing, the one thing I think in this record has been the most important change was the vocals, the detail, the detail in the vocals, the care is is something new for us. Oh, we always took care about vocals, but this time it was different with more patience, having more time. It was actually it was a good thing that this was done during the pandemic and the curfew because there was like separate days for Javi who was making the vocal thing with Obi. So they worked during the night. One night they prepare things, they sing some things, they sing some ideas, but suddenly they have to wait one entire week again to meet again.
mhm,
So during this time, your head keeps working, nobody's thinking in the melodies, what I want, what I don't want, what I like, what I don't like. So all these things has made a great
yeah,
vocal work, in my opinion, for this
yeah.
album. Yes.
Yeah, makes the difference because we didn't used to. I personally, we didn't used to pay too much attention for the vocals, and this is I think that it comes from because uh, I am a guitar player. I just sing because somebody have to do it, and
And you do way better than me.
yeah, and well, but when the in the first recordings, I don't feel myself really as a singer. I just was a guitarist that sing, but no a singer. And I think that after reality check recording and reality check experience, doing only vocals in the band, I start to feel more confident and believe and see myself as a real singer.
mhm,
And uh, and now maybe in the last recordings, I get exhausted, mentally exhausted after recording guitars and solos and everything, and the vocals was something like quick recording, and it is okay, this is okay, this is okay. The, you know, the level of you know, I don't know how to say, but it's not very, there is there was no pressure about the vocals. It was okay, and okay, it was enough for us in that moment. But now it's not the same.
Mhm.
And I want the perfect vocals, and I know that I can get some level that I didn't know before, that my limit was higher,
Mhm.
and now I knew it, so I want to get it, you know, I want to put it in that level. So we work always searching that level. But if you don't know what is your level, you know,
Right.
you you are not you know, you are searching nothing. So I think this is the main difference. And as Fonso said, is like more, you know, more worried about how the vocals and how the influence of the vocals in all the music, because the music can be bigger and bigger if the vocals works properly, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't know what level you can reach if you're not pushed there.
Yeah,
So saying what you're describing makes sense. The other thing too, to what Fonso was saying before, when Megadeth released Hangar 18 in 1990, nobody called that prog.
yeah,
And nowadays they would probably call that prog, especially the
yeah.
solo section.
Of course, totally agree. It's you know, Rusty Beast, or and these three albums, and that at that age is like,
Mhm.
now everybody say it's prog, because they was so technically, they was so blah, you know,
Yeah.
and so better, you know, better than anybody. And
Mhm.
now it's prog, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
They only could play now in prog festivals.
Yeah.
It's crazy that is.
Yeah. Um, I think you guys answered my next two questions already. But Fonso, as a guitarist, and actually Obi as a guitarist, is there anything that you guys did differently on this album, or something that you wanted to try? We already talked about the vocals, that you guys tried something different. But as guitarists, did you guys try something different, or did you set out to do something different on this album that you hadn't in the past?
Not really, to be honest. Not really. Not really. I uh, in my case, I dedicated a good amount of time to compose the solos and record it and do it all of it properly. And I had time. I had time back then. I was Yes, I have some months while I was unemployed.
Right.
So I had the hours to sit here in front of the computer and okay, let's do this. Let's do this properly. Let's do it okay. And but nothing different in terms comparing to the other albums. Not really. Not really. Okay. As I said before, we learned about some things. So regarding the sound of the guitar.
Okay.
So this we thought about it. It's not nothing regarding composition or whatever, but regarding the sound and what
Mhm.
we want to achieve, this was the main thing. The guitar sound has to be demolishing this time because back then it was not that good. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really satisfied with Herden, with in talking about guitars. I think it's the best sound we ever had. So so you know, I'm really satisfied. I think it's the first time I'm totally satisfied with the guitar sound.
Yeah, me
and
too.
yeah, and even the composing and the solos and everything, because in my case I have been very uh, very careful about the things that I can play now, because no guitarists, you are not always in the same, you know uh, you don't have your skills on top
Right.
always,
Hmm.
but you have to choose the best. You have to focus on the melodies and how the solo is gonna give you give is giving something for the song,
Hmm.
and no not trying to show your abilities.
Yeah,
So I'm really satisfied with is some kind of maturity, this this way to think. When you are young, you just want to play fast, but but now is different, and I'm really satisfied with that.
yeah. We still play fast. We still play fast, but that's not the same. You care about other things, things you appreciate in the artists you see and you hear. What do we like? What do I like? What kind of solos is what keeps in your mind for years?
Hmm.
So that's the thing for us right now. Uh, it's, I said the same that Lasobi not so much more time ago. Here then I won't change a comma in this record. I won't change anything. It's perfect for me. I think for all of us it is like okay, we did it. This is what we wanted. This is what we have. So
Hmm.
we are very happy about it. Yes.
Yeah. I remember it's quite funny because I remember Fonso, telling me that be quiet. You can think to go fast, because when you when you think you are you are slow,
Hmm.
you are still fast. We have been so many times playing fast, that even when we are trying to play slow, we are still fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's quite funny, but at the end, when I listen to solos, it's not, I don't feel that is, oh, what a fucking slow solo I play here. No, not at all. When
Never,
when you
never,
are, but when
never.
you used to recording like as fast as you can, and like, like, no, but we're still fast.
Yeah, but that's the point. Even you don't want to, you will learn being fast in metal. So thank you. So you can concentrate in a good melody, but in the end, a solo which can be, I don't know, 30 seconds or whatever. During these 30 seconds, there always be a moment for you to, because it's in your heart, it's in your soul. You can avoid that. But yes, yes.
Okay. How many songs are you guys playing live off of the album?
Uh, all all the songs, all the
All the
songs.
songs. Okay.
Yes, it depends. It depends on how many time we have
Hmm.
in the gig, or or what other bands are playing with us. Because if we play with some death metal band,
Hmm.
even we have 40 minutes, because it's better for us to take out from the list the less heavy the less heavy songs.
Right.
I remember one time uh, playing in the groove, in La Groove, in Euskadi.
Hmm.
We played in like a
A death metal festival.
yeah, in a death metal festival, because one of the bands couldn't make it, and we were called. I was playing that with Mordor also. So we need a band. It's okay. Bifrost, let's go. And I remember playing one of the most slow songs called Ashes.
Asses.
Yes, yes, it's a beautiful song with acid. twisted, but this slow is different. Half of the venue went outside to smoke and talk a lot, and
Yeah,
no,
they
you
didn't
have
understand
to
the
think of
song
these
at all.
things. Yeah.
It was crazy because yeah, because they tell us that they asked for us to play in like the same day,
Hmm.
and we just play without any preparation or whatever, and we include some slow songs because it was normal. I think we repeat the set list that in the previous concert, and we don't think really that the public was really different,
Hmm.
and they were like very tough guys, waiting for some death metal and this kind of this kind of music. And we play Ashes. I remember, start the song and start to see the faces of the people because it's a very little hall, It's and you can see the faces of everybody, and some of them was like, "What the hell are they playing?
Why? Why?
Why these people are here?" And maybe 20 of them, go out, go out and never come back. And it was like, what the fuck? But,
Yes, yes. There's
but
that. This
you know,
this kind of things we have to think about it. Again, we learned during the road some things, and we won't make the same mistake again. That's sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we have a stronger material and we have, heavier material in our albums, and we can choose like 10 songs of really really thrashy, or
Yeah.
but and we didn't think about it, and but
Well,
Yeah,
you guys were trying to help. You were called last second, so you did the best you could.
yeah, yeah. It was like a again. We don't thought about it. We
Yeah, yeah,
just let's play this song. This we like this song. Okay, let's play it. And the rest of the songs in general are more heavier than this.
yeah,
So there was no major problem. People, oh, well, no, we played When It Rains, first song of her then. This hard, is fast. So people was like, okay, no, no, despite of the fact that we sing clean vocals,
right.
but it was okay. But then we played the Ashes, and it was like,
too much for us. Bye bye. Yeah, yeah.
uh, what do you guys have planned for the rest of the year?
uh, you mean the live concerts or?
Concerts, promotion,
Yeah.
anything else?
Now,
Videos?
yeah,
What's the plan?
we are starting to think. We just put in the first push to record a new video, because we realized that the video get a huge impact, comparing with the albums or live concerts in Spain, or in the videos get very fast and very far,
Mhm.
and we are thinking to do another video. And in my opinion, if we could, I would make a video for every song.
Okay.
Not all the videos have to be professional, or some of them have to be like recording sessions, or whatever,
Hmm.
but I think that the audiovisual thing is more, is consumed by more people,
Hmm.
and is more attractive. uh, and I think it's the best goal we achieve in this album is When It Rains video, really,
yes,
because
yes.
people known us through that video, listen the album through the video. We get reviews because of that video.
Hmm.
So and playing live concerts.
Yes, yes, it was a major impact for us. What happened with when it rains, how fast it became for us big,
Hmm.
and again a good decision to work with some good professionals to make the video, friends of us, but people with a lot of talent, and they did a great job. The video looks amazing, looks 100% professional. So anyone who sees the video, don't think nothing keeps them, nothing makes them go out of the music. Production is good, the video is good, the song is good, so people just enjoy. If
Hmm.
they like it, okay, let's just enjoy the music. There is nothing strange here. So that's great. Yes, a new video should be one of our goals because it is nowadays it's more consumed than the CD
Hmm.
in most of the cases. In my case, I didn't use Spotify. I use YouTube. I have a YouTube Premium account.
Hmm.
So when I'm in the computer or whatever, I use YouTube for listening music if I want to hear something new or whatever.
Right.
So yes, YouTube is one of our great aids this time.
Hmm.
And and I think it's very important to fight against the crappy videos that everybody make of you. That because now if when you play in a live concert and you can get like 20 videos, and the 90% of them are really crappy with
Hmm.
a crappy sound, and if you don't do nothing more, when somebody gets in YouTube to know something about you, it's gonna find, like, you know uh, hundreds of videos that doesn't mm, makes you look better or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's no good.
Yeah,
And you have to put something in the other side, and to give the people something more professional and something with the proper
yeah,
sound and the proper image of the
yes, yes,
band,
yes, yes, yes.
because sometimes it's somebody recording a video in the in the like 10 meters behind the tallest people. It's quite crazy, and everybody ends in YouTube.
With videos
Like
like that,
good
yes,
Bifrost, and you
yes,
can
yes,
find whatever. So I think it's important,
yes,
the
yes. We appreciate the people who makes it because it's with the best of intentions.
Hmm.
But it's like taking away the magic of the live concert.
Hmm.
You are watching the concert, you are enjoying, you feel the sound in one certain way, but then someone recorded, and in the very next day during the morning you see the video, and it's like
yeah,
it feels so weird. So
it's like everybody have a weapon, but not everybody have to use it. They say how to use it,
Yeah.
know how to use it. So sometimes it's like, wow, okay, put this out, quit this. no,
Right. Yeah.
please.
It isn't a fair representation of the band.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it can be. It's real, but it's not the same as being in front of the band playing. You are
Mhm.
not feeling the same, you are not perceiving the same. So
the sound
so
is really compressed,
Mhm.
yeah,
so compressed. It's like, but anyway, that's my opinion. I don't want to offend anybody. I say crappy because I say crappy even when the things I do is like, no, no offense.
Okay. Where should people go to keep up with the band?
best way should be our Facebook page. People can search with Bifrost Cantabria,
Hmm.
our mainland, and Uh, Also, in our band's camp, they can find us for Bifrost Metal,
Okay.
and there they can buy the album. There we have a digital version and a physical digipack version.
Okay.
So anyone who wants to buy our music, please go there and do something about it.
Yeah, that was my next question. Where should they go to buy the album and make sure that the most amount of money gets in your pockets? So you're saying that Bandcamp is the best place.
The Bandcamp is directly to us. No one in the middle. No distributors. No shit.
Okay.
That's for us.
Yeah, there is
Mm.
this is a handmade product, you know, straight from the creators. It's like it's direct selling.
Yeah. And we do have Bandcamp Friday coming up soon, which means that you guys get even more money out of that.
Yeah, no commissions, no commissions, but still, we need some more sales to take an advantage from the Bandcamp Friday. But
Okay.
it is
Yeah,
nice
it's
anyways.
we have we have to consider that almost 1 month before the album was released,
Mhm.
when we made a pre-charge in Spotify,
Mhm.
and the album wasn't released at that time. And the first day we made a pre-charge, it was like piracy, and the album was out around the world in Russian pages, Asian pages, you know, wide world, anywhere. And 1 month before, and we are a non-professional one, or we have no company, no anything. So why people, you know, yeah, that is trying to know a band, if they don't know it from any work before, are gonna pay if they have for free,
Yeah, yeah.
and 1 month before it was crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very difficult to
Yeah.
fight against that. It's correct.
I'm
Vale.
Alfonso from Bifrost.
And I am Obi from Bifrost, and we are on Signals from Mars.
Thank you for watching the Signals from Mars live stream. You can watch the show live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, or check out replays on YouTube. Go to signalsfrommars.com for more information. This concludes our show.